Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a first impressions video on the Marc Jacobs Genius Gel Supercharged Foundation. Oh my god, it took me so long to remember the name, but hooray, I finally remembered. This is the product here, and if you're wondering, this is what the box looks like. Super luxurious, both the box and the packaging itself. You get 30 mils or 1 fluid ounce in this, which is very standard for foundation, I have found. And the packaging is just gorgeous. It's so sleek. And yeah, it's just so sleek, and then it does come with a pump. You would expect it to come with a pump. Yeah, really love it from the outside, but you can't always judge a book by its cover, so let's try it out. So just to give you a little bit of background on my skin and what my concerns with coverage. So I do have redness on my cheeks, as you can see. I do have under eye dark circles, which I don't really expect it to cover, and then I do have a few dark spots from some previous blemishes that I have had. So for example, here, above my lip, here. It was a stressful month for me, let's just say that. Yeah, I'm not expecting it to match just because it looks very light in the bottle compared to my skin, but this is me at my palest. At my palest, I am lighter than an NC15 in MAC, so if that's any help for you in regards to matching yourself. So I'm just going to really quickly read off the Marc Jacobs website what this foundation actually claims to do, so I can actually see if it does live up to what it says it's going to do. So it does say that it is a buildable, natural to full coverage, and is extreme wear. It also says erase the past, perfect the present, and protect the future. This breakthrough gel foundation easily builds from natural to full coverage, buoyancy gel technology. I don't know how to say that word, but I think it's just one of their marketing terms. Buoyancy gel technology enhances the performance of this long-wearing anti-aging formula, which includes antioxidant, vitamin protection. Awaken your skin's ideal radiance and clarity. Okay, so I've just pumped out 1 pump of foundation. That's how much comes out of 1 pump. You can see it's really runny, and I'm a bit worried that it's going to be a bit light on my skin, but we'll see how it goes. So far I quite like the pump size, so yeah, let's just start applying this to the face. Oh my god, the texture is amazing, like really cool, but different. I don't know how to explain it. Okay, so I'm just going to be using a Real Techniques buffing brush, and I'm just going to buff that into my skin. It's really easy to blend, and it's super lightweight. It does have a bit of a smell though. Like, it's not fragrance, but it definitely does have a smell. I quite like the colour match. Okay, that's done 1/2 of my face. So far it has masked a tiny bit of my redness, and it's also kind of, not really, but it has somewhat covered my dark spots. It doesn't melt into the skin, it kind of just sits on the skin a little bit, but I don't know, it's really hard to tell, like describe, but it does have like a powdery finish to it. Like, it's not wet or anything. So I'm just going to do the other side now. I'm really impressed so far. I feel like I'm going to need about 1.5 pumps to do my entire face. So far I'm super impressed with this foundation. I think it's really nice. Like, it just sits on the skin so well, and it's not super thick feeling either. I feel like after I put on the second layer it did get slightly darker, and I'm not too sure how or why, but I am going to apply it to the other side now. So I feel like it has gotten darker with the second layer, but that's okay because I do like how it's matching at the moment. I do think that it is quite a nice coverage and consistency at the moment. Like, it's really set. I don't know, it's really weird how to describe it. I am just going to dab a tiny bit more over my redness on this side just to see, because they claim full coverage, so why not? So I don't think this foundation offers full coverage. I think medium coverage at most, but yeah, not full coverage. I think medium coverage. Like, I think if you had really nice skin, you could get away with just doing 1 or 2 layers, and that should be enough for you. But I think for me, I would need to do like 4 layers to cover up my redness, like I just have. By the way, I didn't put on any primer. Up close, it doesn't look that great, yeah, like it's not accentuating my pores, but it's definitely like making them a little bit bigger, and also it's clinging to the dry patches on my nose. But yeah, it's super powdery feeling, but I feel like I need to powder over it because it's really, really glowy and I don't feel like it's set. I think what I'll do is I'll put on the rest of my makeup and then I'll come back. It's currently 8:50. Okay guys, so I just put on my makeup. It's currently 9:28 and I don't know, I don't really think that I need to set it with powder. I did set my under eye concealer, but that is all. And then I did apply a little bit of bronzer and a tiny little bit of highlighter, but that's all I did. So far, I'm quite liking how it looks. It obviously looks like you're wearing foundation, but it does look nicer than others that I have tried. It's probably not the nicest, but it is not horrible either. But I really, really like the finish that it has. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's just really, really nice so far. And it hasn't really changed much in texture. So I really, really enjoy that. So yeah, I'm gonna check back with you in a little bit for another update. Okay guys, so I'm back for another update. It's a little bit later than what I normally film my next update, but it's currently 5:33, if you can see that on my phone. Sorry it's such a late update, but I was literally just so busy today, like I couldn't even deal. I had no time at all. So this is gonna be my first update. I'm sorry, but yeah, let's just look in a mirror real quick. Oh my god, my nose is so oily. So oily. Like that is so gross. Like obviously the artificial lighting is making it look worse than what it is, but it is so oily. Like I think all the foundation has just like worn away there. Like it's not there anymore. And it is so shiny. Like look at that. Look at that. Like ew. Ugh. And like it makes my pores look really gross and big. And like yuck. Ugh. Ugh. And my forehead looks so gross. But at least it's still somewhat on my blemishes, well my like dark spots, like here, 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 here. So I guess that's okay, but like how my skin looks for how much I pay for this foundation, like what the heck? Like what the heck? Oh my god. And it's like completely rubbed off between my eyebrows, but it's still like here. It's really weird. Okay guys, so I'm back for my final update of the evening. It's so late now, it's 10:20. Oh my goodness, it is so late. But yeah, so this foundation's been on for like 12 hours-ish, a bit over. So yeah, let's have a look. I'm gonna be completely honest, it doesn't look much different from how it did in my last update. Like, I think it kind of gets to a bad point and then it doesn't really go much worse beyond there, which I think is okay, I guess. Like, as long as it doesn't look as bad, I mean, worse than how it did before. So I think that's okay. Like my nose is super, super oily and it is sinking into my pores and making them look quite large. And also around like here, it's starting to like look just icky, but on my nose, it's literally completely disappeared. Same with my forehead, it's just really, really greasy looking. Ugh. But my cheeks that are normally like normal to dry, that is like perfectly fine. It's nothing, like it's not fading, it's not getting greasy, it's nothing like that. It's just really, really nice. So yeah, and I'm actually quite liking the coverage at the moment. Like I wasn't really liking it before, but maybe, like I forgot to mention it before, but I wasn't really digging the coverage. But as the day has progressed, I've started to enjoy it. So I don't know if it's because the foundation has dried that the coverage has improved. I'm not too sure. But I am enjoying the coverage at the moment on my cheeks because that's generally where I have an issue with discoloration and redness and everything like that. It has rubbed off my blemish, like here, but I think it might just be because that area is just oily because it hasn't rubbed off like these ones here. So I am going to assume that it was because of the oils that it did rub off my blemish. So yeah, based on my experience, I would say if you're of oily or oily combination skin, I wouldn't recommend it just because it does get very oily. Like for example, my forehead and my nose. Like if you're willing to powder, I guess that's fine. Taking into consideration I didn't powder or use a primer at all. So yeah, like if you're of oily skin or you can get oily with foundations, I probably wouldn't recommend it just because it's like completely disappeared off my nose and I have no idea where it went. It didn't even break down off my nose, it just like disappeared. But then my forehead did get a little bit oily, and then also around here, like where my pores are most prominent. So, yeah. But if you have like dry or normal skin, like for example how I'm experiencing on the cheeks, I think it's lasting really, really, really well, and it actually looks really, really nice right now. Like it still has that kind of powdery finish, which I really, really did enjoy, and it is looking very, very nice. So overall, depending on your skin type, this may work for you, it may not, as with any foundation. Like, yeah, with any foundation, it may or may not work for you. For me personally, I don't think I would repurchase it just because it's literally just disappeared off my nose and my forehead. But I'll definitely continue to keep using it. Maybe it will last longer with a powder. Maybe if I use a primer, it will last longer as well. Who knows, I'll need to keep experimenting, but based off first impressions of not using a primer and not using a powder, I'm quite happy with like 14 hours wear. Like when I was looking at it at like, what time was it, like 5 o'clock? I think it was 5, can't remember. But when I was looking at it then, I wasn't really happy. But looking at it with like 14 hours wear or however long I've worn it for now, I am quite satisfied considering how long it's been on. Like I think it just gets to a point where it looks bad, but beyond that point it doesn't get worse, which I do enjoy. I'm not going to say that it was a buildable foundation because I really couldn't build it that much. Like I could do it a tiny bit, but I felt like when I was buffing it in, it was kind of rubbing away. Like I couldn't really build on top of it even though I gave it time to set. So that was a downfall. I don't really think it's that buildable, but that was based on first impressions. It says that it's a natural to full coverage. I'm reading off the website just to confirm its claims. It said it's from natural to full coverage. I think the coverage does improve throughout the day when you do try to build it. So for example, I let it dry and then build it a little bit, and as long as you're consistent with building it, it should be okay. If you had normal or dry skin but not dry patches, this could be a good one for you. Like just based on my experience on like the outer portions of my face, I think it would be really, really nice. But if you had oilier skin, I don't think it would work that well for you if you didn't want a foundation that you needed to powder, prime, and look after throughout the day. Then I don't think that would be for you. But overall, I guess I do like it. Like it's a little bit on the fence. It's like, but I'll continue to use it and I'll update you shortly. So yeah, that's my overall opinions. I don't think it's a bad foundation, but I think there's better out there for me personally. But only the time will tell how I enjoy this foundation in the future, but that was my first impressions on this foundation. What do you guys think? Have you guys tried it or are you in the market for it? Definitely let me know down below, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. I will see you next time. Bye.